Hey there, this is Miss Caitlin from Fibo Kids Art Academy, and I'm here to share with you today a quick drawing warm-up. Now, before we begin in our class on an art project, we will usually do a warm-up about art history, maybe an art fundamental, do a creative exercise to just get our minds moving, or we might even learn about a contest that's happening in our community or somewhere in the world. Today, we're actually going to do a warm-up over the holiday April Fools, which happens every April 1st every year. Now, let's go ahead and just switch to my desk and I can tell you a little bit more about what we're going to be doing. We're going to be creating a really silly picture of Fibo today and talk about the history of April Fools. So I'm going to go ahead and show that to you now. So here is the little picture we're going to be making today. You can see we got an agenda here of what we're going to be doing. Now, April Fools is a time of the year, a day, where people will celebrate by playing practical jokes or do hoaxes on each other. It's very popular. Maybe you have participated in some April Fools jokes yourself. Now, today we want to make a silly picture so you can kind of get creative with what you think would be very silly. I'm going to create a picture of Fibo wearing a little jester's hat, making a funny face. Now, for this warm-up, you can just use any piece of paper you have. Again, I'm just going to be showing you how to draw a very silly picture of Fibo, but you can also color this in on your own time. You're going to need a piece of paper for our warm-up. I'm going to turn mine vertical, so that way I can fit Fibo on my paper here. And I want you to use a pencil for our warm-up today, but I'm going to be using a Sharpie just so that you can see what it is that I'm drawing. Now, if you want to follow along with me and how we're going to construct Fibo here today, we got to start with a basic shape for the head. So Fibo's head, even though it's a paint drop shape, you can kind of see right here, we're only really going to see the circular part of his face today because he's wearing a hat, of course. So I'm going to go ahead and go towards the middle of my paper, and I'm going to draw a circle, nice and big. Fibo's head is pretty big, he's super cute, so we want to make that circle pretty large. Now for his body, I'm also going to simplify that a little bit today. I'm just going to draw 2 lines down to make sort of like a rectangular shape for the body. And then let's go ahead and draw the arms. He's kind of jumping into the air today, kind of like you would see a jester or a little jokester doing. So excited it's April Fools. Who knows what little jokes he's going to prank on everyone today. And then we're going to draw the legs. So I'm going to draw 2 diagonal lines. A horizontal line here just to show where the legs begin on each side. And then I can either close that off with a U shape, or I can kind of elongate the U shape to make little feet that are jumping out. So he's kind of almost doing like a jumping jack here. Let's go ahead and draw in his eyes and where they're going to go. Fibo has pretty big eyes today, and in our picture, I've drawn them even bigger. I really like it when Fibo has really adorable, cute eyes. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and draw in. So I'm going to go ahead and draw 2 really big circles for the eyes. And then he's making a very funny face, so he's going to cross his eyes. I wonder, have you guys ever tried to cross your eyes before? I can do it, but you shouldn't do it for too long. So I'm going to draw a curved line in and a curved line in to show that his eyes are crossed. And I can draw little highlights on the eyes to show his eyes are shiny. Fibo also has sort of like this white part of his face. We were going to draw that in too. So we can just draw a curved line, curved line, curved line. You can draw his eyebrows high above his eyes. And he's got his tongue sticking out today, so we'll draw a little smile and his tongue sticking out. Very silly indeed. Let's go ahead and draw his hat that he's wearing today, a little jester's hat. So for this, we can go ahead and draw in a band where the hat is going to sit on his head. So that's just going to be a curved line. Then you can kind of decide how you want the band to look. You can just do another straight line on top. If you notice on our picture today, there are curved lines. So we'll just draw a curve, a curve, a curve all the way across. Then we're going to kind of make the points of the hat that are curling down. I wonder if you've ever seen a jester's hat before, maybe at like a Renaissance fair or maybe at some kind of like a book maybe that you've read of like a court jester. Either way, we're going to go ahead and go kind of towards this area, draw a big curved line down. And at the end of each little spike on this hat, we're going to draw a little bell. Now you can see we've gone over some of the lines that we made. We are going to need to erase those. Now I can't erase because I'm showing you in Sharpie, but you're going to erase this line here and this line here. Afterwards, we can draw where the curve of the hat ends. And if you want to draw another design, because you can eventually color in all the different sections in with different colors, it'll look something like this when we're done. And don't worry, I'll show you what the picture's supposed to look like without all of the eraser lines too. We are going to erase some of the lines on the inside, but let's continue with the rest of the hat. If you want, you can draw the rest of the little bells or the little pom-poms where you want them to be. And you can draw curved lines that connect to them to make it a little easier on yourself to draw them in. So we're trying to draw rainbows or curved lines for the hat. For the lines you have to erase, we got to erase any of the lines of the head that are going through the hat. We don't want those anymore. You can add further details, you can work on your other silly drawing, but I'm going to tell you a little more about the origins of April Fools. Now, like any holiday, the origins of April Fools are kind of shrouded in mystery. Kind of hard to tell because many, many years have passed. But for April Fools, one of the more popular theories is that it actually comes from the time where in France they switched from what's called the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar. It's the calendar that we use today. Now, on the Julian calendar, the first day of the year was actually April 1st. And we know today the first day of the year is actually January 1st. So when the switch happened, not everybody got the memo, got the information that, hey, the new year is now on a different day, and they celebrated anyway. So kind of mean people would make fun of them and say like, oh, it's an April Fool, you're celebrating the new year on the wrong day. It also is believed to maybe come from a Roman holiday called Hilaria, where people would go around in disguises and play jokes on the citizens in Rome. So those are your two kind of best examples of where April Fools may have come from. There's, of course, many more theories and many more legends of where the origins could have been. Now, you can see here that we don't have all those eraser lines. So I want to show you an example of what your picture should look like if you drew Fibo with me without all of the eraser lines. Your picture will look something kind of like this when you are done. Now, of course, when you're done, you can take your time filling in and coloring this picture however you like. If you really want to be silly with the picture, maybe you can do lots of different colors, maybe colors that we wouldn't have Fibo normally. So Fibo is normally orange, but maybe, for April Fools, he changes it up and you can make him a different color of paint. Now, that concludes our little drawing warm-up for today. I hope you have fun creating this very silly picture. And if you want to share your pictures with us, you can do so on Fibo Village on our Facebook page. I hope to see you all again very soon, but bye for now, everyone.